Hey there, friends, and welcome back to another 3-Minute Thoughts. My name is Derek, and in the next 3 minutes, we're going to take a look at Isaiah chapters 1 through 4. These chapters are going to launch into some of the deepest, most powerful, and poetic books in all of Scripture. It's going to open with this wake-up call for a wayward nation of Israel as they're corrupt, unjust, and spiritually asleep. Yet in the midst of all of it, we're going to see this thread of hope that winds through as there is a promise for a purified future rule by a righteous king. We know him to be Jesus. All right, let's look at chapter 1. Isaiah opens like a courtroom drama. God calls heaven and earth as witnesses to Israel's rebellion. Though Israel keeps up religious rituals, God is disgusted. He says their sacrifices are meaningless because their hands are full of blood. It's a metaphor for their injustice, oppression, and their hypocrisy. God offers mercy, but warns that refusal brings judgment. Then in chapter 2, Isaiah zooms forward to a future vision, a time when the nations will stream to God's mountain to learn his ways, and war will be no more. But in the present, Israel is filled with idolatry, pride, and materialism. God warns of a day of reckoning, not just for Israel, but for all arrogant humanity. Then let's turn the page into chapter 3. This chapter shows what happens when a nation crumbles from the inside. Leadership fails. We see this through inexperienced rule and short kingship. Justice collapses. This is demonstrated as the poor are crushed under the weight of oppression. Women of luxury is another theme in chapter 3. The daughters of Zion are singled out for the way they flaunt their pride and vanity. Their once proud beauty will turn to shame. God says he will strip away comfort, pride, and pretense. This isn't about shaming femininity, but about exposing how the whole of society had become self-absorbed, trading righteousness for showiness. Chapter 4 rounds out our time together today. Just when the judgment feels overwhelming, chapter 4 offers this little spark of hope. After the purging, a remnant will remain, those who are cleansed and faithful. God promises to cover his people with his presence like he did in the wilderness with a cloud by day and a fire by night. Isaiah 1 through 4 confronts the rot of religious hypocrisy and what happens when a society is bent on themselves, where they're prideful and they burn the truth away as if it's yesterday's trash. Yet in the midst of the judgment, it holds out the promise of this purified people, a coming king, a hope that will overcome all hopelessness. That's it for today. Be well, friends.